What did you think about me when we first met?
So I've got kind of vague, I've got hazy memories of those years.
Well, it was
Because
a
we
long time
met,
ago.
it was quite a long time ago now. We met in the first year of secondary school. And at that time, I will admit I wasn't very happy
Yeah.
with an awful lot of things. It was not, I didn't find the school particularly pleasant. I didn't find lots of the people who we were in school with particularly pleasant.
Mm.
And I seem to remember I spent quite a lot of my time being bullied. And
Uh,
when I met you and Simon, I kind of felt a little bit like I'd found a little tribe
mm.
within the school who we could get each other. And I think we probably quite quickly uh, almost kind of made our own little language of jokes that were only funny to us and
Yes. Yeah.
certainly not to anyone else.
which is
and
which is
that,
why it was funny.
which is why it was funny, exactly, yeah. And that kind of lifted me out of what wasn't a brilliant introduction to secondary education.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
so yes, I was quite. I always remember being quite thankful to you and to Simon that you were there and kind of shared my unusual sense of humour.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I suppose everybody when they first start school is lost to an extent, I
Mm,
guess. I think I already knew Simon, and I were talking about
yeah,
Simon as if the whole world, A, the whole
well,
world
of
is
course.
listening, and B, the whole world knows who Simon is. Neither of which are probably true.
That is also true. But I think it would be fair to say we were kind of a triumvirate.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. That's again. That's a Booker word. That is.
That's an overcompensation for a hell of wires.
Well, so actually, so now I feel like I can use words like triumvirate. Whereas I remember my first day at secondary school, I met someone else in our class. We were supposed to be introducing ourselves in an English lesson, and um, and I think we had to make a small speech about who we were. And I can't remember the word I used, but the lad I was paired up with was a very nice lad called Christian, otherwise known as Izzy, and he said, don't say those words because everyone will think that you're really weird because you're using words that they don't understand or that they're not going to like because they're and because they wouldn't use those words. And I can't even remember what the word was, and it wasn't even that complex. It wasn't a particularly unusual word anyway. And I think now it took a long time to unwind that sort of thing. And when we so the reason Simon is important is because he was the third member in our band that we
Yeah.
formed in those early years. And I remember that particularly because it was a way I was allowed to use words that I wouldn't be laughed at. Because all of a sudden, the people who were laughing at the strange way in which you used words were the people who were coming to your gigs
Yeah.
and
I like,
enjoying your music.
oh, you're in a band. Oh, can we hang out while you were practicing? I don't actually
Exactly,
think anybody asked. They just turned up while we were practicing.
pretty much.
Yeah.